Hi, okay, so, sorry, I'm here at Etang Negreloube, which is a absolutely stunning 13-acre lake, just 15-20 minutes south of Limoges. It's absolutely beautiful. It does help that we're here effectively at the last week of May, just going into June 2023. We first fished here, myself and a couple of friends fished here in 2018 when the guys who run it, Nick and Bradley, took it over and started managing it. And they had a plan to create an incredible fishery. Beautiful, you know, a beautiful location, some stunning fish, great sizes, but also with, you know, really decent facilities. And 5 years later, I can honestly say that they've achieved that. Like I say, we came here effectively when they first took it over. They'd already done a lot of work. They'd drained the lake down, put some islands in. So you could see that there was some, you know, some proper work and some proper thought going into the management of the lake. We had an okay week. I would say that between the three of us, we probably caught somewhere in between 25 and 30 carp. I can't quite remember. Biggest being into the 40-pounders. Now 5 years later, bear in mind we've also had a year or two of COVID close down, where obviously the anglers weren't getting here, so there wasn't a great deal of bait going in, but the average weight has gone right up now to over 35 pounds. There's plenty of 40s in here, plenty of 50s, and I believe even a few 60s up to sort of mid 60. Anyway, where were we? So yes, so I've gone into swim 6. Matt is in the double swim, which is 4 and 5 next to me. And within a very short period of time of getting here on the Saturday, I'd hooked one. Probably within about half an hour of actually getting the tackle round there. Pulled out of that one, unfortunately, but about an hour later, Matt caught one 45, 46 pound common, which was an absolutely brilliant start. Anyway, the next couple of days sort of carried on like that. So I'm currently on 19 fish. I think Matt's on about 5. So 24 fish in total. Only 2 of those have been in the 20-pound brackets, with the biggest of those being 29.15, so, you know, literally an ounce off of being a 30. The rest of them have been pretty much an even split. So I suppose 22 fish have been an even split between 30s and 40s. You know, anything from 30, 31 pound right up to 39 pound, but the 40s, like I say, we've probably had about 11 of those, 11 30s, 11 40s, with the biggest 40s so far just fractionally under 49 pounds, and we've had 3 at that sort of weight. I've showed Bradley some of the photographs, and he called the weights prior to me telling him, and they're all down in weight slightly, but only because they'd spawned last week. And you can actually see on the fish, you know, a few sort of scars where they have been up against the reeds and the weed and everything as they've spawned. So yeah, the average weight is massively impressive. Like I say, for us at least, it's been fairly prolific. So you've almost got the best of everything that you can imagine here. So you've got a beautiful location. We're lucky, obviously, that this week we've got some great weather, and when I say great weather, I'm talking about great bathing weather as opposed to great fishing weather. However, it has been fishing well. You've got a beautiful surroundings. I mean, there is just no noise, there's no traffic, no aeroplanes. It is the birds singing, the wind in the trees. It's just beautiful, and it's so mature. When I came here 5 years ago, it was an existing lake and it was a mature lake, but the guys have done some really, a lot of work on just creating a real natural environment to the point where it's almost unrecognisable from where they were 5 years ago. And again, later on in this video, I'll do a quick walk around with some of the swims, and you'll see some of the areas that have really sort of grown up. But it's a beautiful mature lake, and you've got some great facilities. So you've got a room up there with a chest freezer. You've got a couple of fridges for your food and your drink. You've got a really comfortable, spacious toilet with a shower, running hot water, obviously. You've got a a small room whereby you can charge everything, and it's UK plugs that they've sorted out here, so you don't even have to think about that. When you turn up, they can take you around using a quad bike and a trailer to take all your tackle to your swims. They can't do enough for you, actually, the guys here. They're brilliant. There's a nice eating area. So there are 3 different packages for the main lake. There's the Drive and Survive, which is what we've done. It's roughly a 7-hour journey from Calais. Long journey, but it's absolutely worth it. Then they do a Fly Drive, where they actually pick you up from Limoges Airport and bring you down here. Obviously, all your catering and everything is taken care of. All of your fishing tackle, all you need is your absolute bare essentials, and it's great quality tackle that they give you. And obviously a lake exclusive, whereby you can choose what one of those packages you want. There's also, and it's one of the reasons I'm actually down here at the moment, is just to do some filming and photography and stuff for what they're calling Lake 2, which is a small lake up just above this lake, all in the same sort of complex. It's basically fish. You rent it exclusively. You get the whole lake to yourself. I believe it's about 1.5 acres. There's carp up to £50 in there. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, similar to this, it's wonderful for a young family or just a guy on his own who wants to fish. Get the lake to himself. It's all on the website, or it will be on the website probably once by the time you're watching this. Like I say, we're down here to get some information to update the website, and in actual fact I met the guys because I run a web design company, do a lot in the fishing industry, and they came to me for a website just as they were setting it up. So all of the information, anything certainly that I've missed, you'll be able to find on etangnegreloube.com. And yeah, like I say, it's just a stunning lake. I'd highly recommend it to anyone. The fact that it's fairly prolific, and the fact that the fish are of a decent size is great as well, and that even the quality of the fish, they're good quality fish. They don't look tatty. Their mouths are, most of the fish that we've caught, their mouths are in really, really good condition. And it's, like I say, as far as peaceful, getting away from it all, absolutely spot on. Cannot recommend it highly enough. If you've heard about it, or you're watching this video and you're wondering whether it's worth coming down, I would say from all of the lakes that I've fished in France, probably over the last, I would say getting on for 9 years now, this so far ticks more boxes than all of the others. Okay, so here we are down at Etang Negreloube. We're only on day 2. I think this is probably now it's the 11th fish, and it's my 4th 40 of the morning. This one's only just over 40. The last two 45 common and a lovely 48.5 mirror. This one's got quite a big scar down it, and I think that they've recently spawned, so it's almost certainly to do with that, but it's a lovely fish. It's beautiful down here, so I'll just quickly show you what he's like. There you go, look at that, one of Etang Negreloube's 40s, many 40s by the looks of it as well, so hopefully the week will carry on in a similar vein. And carry on it did, as Matt and I continued to catch fish after fish.
Well done, mate.
Fucking hell. Just feels like a proper dead weight though. It's either quite big or it's got a lot of weed with it.
Yeah. Well done, Steve.
Just got back from lunch. We've just gone out into the local town actually. Had a reasonably successful morning, caught 4 or 5 during the morning. Came back from lunch, cast out into the usual places, and a couple of hours later, this lovely 43.8. Try and show you. There you go, look at that. Another Negreloube beauty. What a cracker. So get a couple of photographs and then we'll get it back.
Got to. Well done, Steve. Got him. Well done.
Do you want a hand landing it, or are you going to do it? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'll grab it. Okay, going to sign off for a second while we land this, and then we'll show you what it's all about. Morning. So first few days here, fishing for a bite mainly, fish were moving about. But after that dried up a little bit, so moved to a different tactic. So I put out a big bed of bait last night, or yesterday afternoon rather. This is the first one that's come from that. It's probably about £36 common. We've just got to probably weigh it in a second. So hopefully new tactics paying off, and we're going to have a great last couple of days to the week, which would be fantastic. It's all right, looks like a nice 30, doesn't it?
Yeah. There we are.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a big 30. That could even go 40.
It might,
depending on the
how thick it
the
is.
depth. Yeah.
Powerful
nice.
fish though.
Yeah.
Lovely fish. All right.
Well done, Matt.
Excellent, thank you.
Two in a fucking row.
I lost one, similarly. Not as near as that.
Cheers, Matthew. So nervy, you know, when you've got two in a row and
Bound to be.
Okay, so moved last night just as a night, not my entire tackle, but moved from swim 6 up to swim 3. It controls really the dam end. There's a few fizzers come up in the morning. They tend to move out, and I thought actually by this time of the day, which is roughly, I don't know, about 11 o'clock, I thought maybe they'd all moved out, but out of the blue, the alarm went off and landed this 41 pound, 14 ounce common, absolute cracker. Made the move really well worth it. It's a beautiful looking fish, and even though it's a 40, which is obviously lovely, hopefully next time I come back here it might be upper 40 or even 50. Looking forward to catching it again. Mwah. Cheers. Okay, so just to end this video, here is the lake walk round I promised you, starting up at the lodge. Okay, so going around the lake clockwise, this is the first swim you get to. It's a double swim. It swims number 1 and 2, commands a large area of water, really fishing into its own bay, and in the left hand side of the bay you get up to fish against that island there. Okay, so this is swim 3. This is the swim that I finished the week in. Over to the right is the dam wall. A lot of fish coming off of there first thing in the morning, and then further out is the other end of the island, from the same island that you can reach from the left hand side of 1 and 2. Okay, this is the other double swim on the lake, so this is swims number 4 and 5. This commands probably the largest area of water. No real features that you can particularly fish to from these swims, although possibly from the left hand side of the swim you would get over to the island depending on where and if someone is fishing in swim 6. So this is swim 6, the swim that I started my week in. Out in front are 2 man-made islands that the boys put in when they first took over the fishery. I caught some fish off of there, and also in the bay to the left. It's quite a nice large bay, bit of weed growing, reasonably shallow, and there were a lot of fish that I caught from there, but they did move out once they were out. There was nothing left really in there. So as you can see, quite a long walk round from swim 6 to swim 7. All the water out in front of this swim is reasonably shallow, going right up to very shallow. The fish definitely get up here, certainly in the warmer weather. This bay right now is absolutely full of fish. There's an island that you can cast out to in front of you, and again, like I say, a really decent holding area in the warmer months. And finally you've got the very comfortable swim 8, which actually is the first swim that I fished here when I first came over back in 2018. Again, a nice amount of water in front of you. You've got both islands to fish to. You've got a lot of the water actually over to your left that you can reach. You can reach from swim 4 and 5 as well, so you can tackle it from both sides of the lake. And here we are back up at the lodge.